HR analytics can be used to reveal the complex web of trends, patterns, and predictors that affect how well employees do their jobs and how often they leave. The main goal of HR analytics is to predict and understand how employees will act, especially when it comes to performance and leaving the company. This predictive approach is very helpful for making strategic decisions, which leads companies to take proactive steps to better manage their employees. In order to predict employee performance and turnover, HR analytics helps you in many ways. Data collection and analysis. At first, HR professionals gather a lot of data to analyze. They look at things like job descriptions, employee demographics, performance reviews, and engagement surveys, among other things. This huge amount of information is used to find patterns and trends that could mean that employee will leave or have problems with their work in the future. Identifying turnover predictors. Next, the HR analytics looks into predicting employee turnover and figuring out why people leave their jobs. By looking at historical data, HR professionals can figure out a number of factors that can help them predict employee turnover, such as job satisfaction, opportunities for career growth, cultural fit, and level of engagement. Now that companies know about these factors, they can take action to keep employees by starting targeted retention strategies. This will lower the risk of turnover and make the workforce more stable. Building predictive models. Along with descriptive modeling, HR analytics uses statistical methods, machine learning algorithms, and data mining to create models that can predict things like employee turnover and performance outcomes. These models use historical data to find links between predictor variables like job satisfaction, tenure and training, and outcome variables like turnover rates and job performance. These predictive models become powerful tools after a lot of training and testing. They let companies confidently predict and manage how employees will interact with each other. Turnover risk assessment. HR analytics also helps companies accurately figure out which employees are most likely to quit and why they are leaving. By using predictive models on current employee data, HR professionals can find people who are likely to leave, which lets them offer targeted interventions like opportunities for career growth, recognition programs, or flexible work arrangements to help keep employees. Performance prediction. In the same way, HR analytics looks into predicting performance and figuring out what makes employees successful and productive. HR professionals find out what skills, experience, and level of engagement are most important for job performance by looking at old performance reviews, productivity metrics, and training records. With this information, companies can improve how they hire and train employees, making sure they choose and train people who will be successful. Continuous improvement. Lastly, HR analytics is based on the idea of continuous improvement. It uses feedback and new data to make predictive models better over time, making them more accurate and useful. HR professionals are always on guard, keeping an eye on how well predictive models are working and adding new variables or improving algorithms to keep up with how organizations change. In the end, HR analytics is a source of wisdom and insight that lets companies use the power of data driven prediction to improve workforce management, lower employee turnover, and boost worker performance. By being able to predict the future, HR analytics helps companies make smart strategic decisions and encourage employee engagement, which creates a culture of growth stability, and success.